How about that one, my friends? Yeah, that was about 20 minutes ago as I was making my drive in from the Eagle Gypsum area here to Vail. Pulled off quickly, grabbed that clip just so the folks in Edwards and around the valley and around the world could see how beautiful our valley is. But it doesn't stop there. Like I said, that was 15 minutes ago. Now I'm in Vail Village. I'm going to head over to Golden Peak. I'm going to go to the village. I'm going to go over to Lion's Head this morning. I'm going to show you everything Vail because I got my Quiet Cat e-bike. I also got my good buddy Billy Doran. He's in the studio. Guess what? Sunday morning, and Vail Valley Live starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I am Billy Doran here in the hot seat at Grand Hyatt Vail in the studios for Vail Valley Live, and our good friend Ken Hovey, the man about town. We'll be taking it back out to Ken shortly. That was a beautiful piece of footage he got there this morning. Man, I love that you can hear that, the wind, the serenity of the wind as the sun's rising. Then you see the New York mountain range and the town of Edwards right there, right off I-70. Well, good morning to everyone. Sunday, December 11th. I hope you're ready for the holidays because, man, they're coming up really quick. We got some great stuff on the show today. We're going to talk about some of the holiday events going on around town that you and the family can enjoy. Also, we're going to be talking about Vail's 60th anniversary. 60 years old. It's incredible that it's been around that long and still getting better and better all the time. Here's a little thing that will make your mind blown. I had an aunt of mine that lived here in 1965, lived in Vail Village, and in 1965, you could buy a lifetime ski pass and a lot to put a house on, a piece of land for $10,000. Right? How does that make you feel? Well, things have changed a little bit, but we'll be telling you all the things happening. We'll be heading out to Ken here in a little bit. Another big news coming around. There is a huge storm, Winter Storm Diaz, heading this way. I don't know if that's named after our own Ty Diaz. I don't know. He's kind of a stormy guy. But it is a big, big system. We'll be giving you some updates about that and talking about the weather and roads as well. If you're doing any traveling in the next few days, whether you're out of town watching us and heading this way or whether you're here now and be heading out, definitely want to keep a close eye on the weather because it's going to be changing rapidly in the next few days. And right now, we're going to take it back out to our good buddy, Ken Hovey, the man about town. Ken, you never cease to amaze me. You're always on the spot. You said you got your e-bike. You're going to be cruising through the village. There it is right there, giving us all the up-to-the-second dates about or moments of what's happening. How's it looking out there right now?
That is the plan. Good morning, Billy. Good morning to our viewers. We'll get back to some of that footage that you mentioned earlier in Edwards and show those clear skies. We'll show the roads this morning. We'll also show you a side-by-side comparison of what to expect. Billy is spot on with the fact that we are expecting adverse conditions. A big storm is rolling through that's going to affect all of the United States for the most part. It has already hit the West Coast. It's headed our way. We'll have more details on the weather and mountain report. But yes, Billy, it's a local company, Quiet Cat e-bikes. They're down in they're down in Eagle, forgive me. And, I've been doing the morning show on my standard bicycle, and I've been making fun of people that ride e-bikes because, it's kind of the lazy man's way. But with the icy conditions, the fat tire on this thing is really helpful. And the fact that I am going to zoom around town this morning and show people all the different areas, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to start it off. I'm right here at the Vail Village Welcome Center. Right below me is the Colorado Snow Sports Museum. And then right there, you can see downtown Vail.
There's a covered bridge right there. You can see the snow guns going on the mountain right there.
Yes, and I don't know if you can hear them from where you are right now or in the studios. They are firing right there on Pepe's face and on Lindsay's. Quite loud. Colder temperatures, a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday morning. And the National Weather Service is saying that on the front edge of this storm that it's actually going to warm up a little bit. It's going to be sunny and warm and everything. What are they talking about? And then pow!
Exactly. They're talking about they're measuring this storm in feet in the Sierras and in the Cascades. Some places that are expected to get up to possibly 5 feet of snow out of this storm. Now, we probably had, but we're looking at maybe possibly double digits here in the good stuff if we get that. But there's always that chance. And, Ken, you know how the weather is, especially when it's coming from the northwest. That could dip down even further. Still a good day away, and a lot could change. But it's going to be a whopper of a storm. That's what they're predicting right now.
That is absolutely right, Billy. They're saying that Weather advisory goes into effect at 11 a.m. on Monday and goes all the way through Thursday about 5 o'clock, and that could change. The brunt of the storm arrives Monday night and Tuesday, and it could linger as late as Wednesday and into Thursday as we can see this thing to wrap around and bring some more snow. But taking a look down on the village this morning, again, Billy, as you mentioned, the cover on there, the clock tower, and the front side of Vail. We're going to talk about things open on Vail Mountain today, and also what's going to be going on 60th anniversary of Vail. You know, there's speculation to see some more terrain opening up on the 15th, which on December 15th, 1902, was the first day that Vail spun the lift for their guests. And yeah, what a bargain it would have been back then, Billy. For
I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, little known fact. My wife lived at the top of Bridge Street. My wife has lived here her entire, I won't say her age, but it's over 50 years, right? And she lived, I have a photo in my house of her. They lived at the top of Bridge Street. There. There's a photo of her riding her
At the top of Bridge Street.
Yeah, right over by where the Rivabon is. They actually had horses there for a period of time. And then here's a trivia question I'll throw out there to our guests. You can type in on program that you can chat with us throughout it. And Billy, maybe you know the answer to this. I'll put it this harder, okay? I know you're going to remember one of them. One is used to be before the roundabout was there and the Four Seasons. What used to be where the Four Seasons was? Do you remember that one, Billy?
Oh, I'm gonna have to kick my brain in gear for that one. It might take me a couple minutes.
I'll have it during the next one. So I want to know what used to be where the Four Seasons was.
Okay.
Everybody needs it, unless you drive. There's your hint. And then the other one was the first store that is. Oh man, come here! I got to show this guy. Come here. This morning show. Check this guy out, ready to go. You're on Vail Valley Live. This is the proper outfit.
There it is.
Where are you from? I'm actually been here for the last 10 years. 10 years. 10 years.
All right.
Like, what makes you a logo? I'm gonna let you go. I love this though. NASA. Can I shake your hand? Yeah, the astronaut. This looks good. I like the entire.
Hobie talking fashion on the street. You never know what you're gonna get, folks. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I loved his outfit. He's been here 10 years. Good to see you this morning.
Smooth.
A lot of people excited to get up on the mountain. But yeah, speaking about locals, oh my gosh. Yeah, don't even get me started.
Wait, finish your trivia. Finish your trivia about the first store, because I think I know this one.
Right. So the other one is, as you went up Bridge Street years ago, right now there's a fur store, regardless of how you feel about fur. It used to be a fur store on the right-hand side, right at the intersection of Meadow Drive and Bridge Street. That store used to be a famous fast food restaurant. Put that in the chat. What fast food restaurant was it? So that's your two-part question this morning. What was at the Four Seasons, before the roundabout and the Four Seasons, and what famous restaurant, fast food restaurant, was on Bridge Street at one time?
I think I know both of those, but I'm going to wait for you to give the answer on those.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of little trivias to show in there, throw in there too, for what to tag along with what you added in there. I love this stuff because for folks that are here watching, they might not know that history of going way back, but yeah, there's a lot of it here.
Oh man, there's so much history in this valley. It's been a short. I mean, let's face it, 60 years. I'm 52 this year. I've been in this valley for 32 of those years. It's not a long history, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of memories that have been created right here.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, if you don't mind, if we get Carlin to bring up that footage one more time.
Sure.
And we've got road report, the footage that you shared this morning. I jumped off the highway. This is for our Up Valley residents and our Down Valley residents showing the love for this morning. Wrong video clip, but we'll go with this one. That's fine.
Well, let's go with this one right now because we can quick road report right now because currently there it is. That's a New York. That's the New York mountains right there in Edwards. Pan back, you can see the town of Edwards right there as things slowly start to wake up. There's the open space. That big open area right there, that was the Eaton Ranch. Carl Eaton, we used to live there. The Eaton family, one of the original settlers in the valley was the Eaton family, and that was their ranch right there. And a lot of that's been turned into open space. And actually, Carl Eaton, one of the grandsons of the Eaton family, he's one of the first child ever born in Vail Hospital way back in the day. So everywhere you turn, there's all kinds of history.
That's another one. We'll let that trivia question out now. To our viewers out there, we'll give you the quick one. Where did the original Vail Hospital locate? Now, as we mentioned, Carl Eaton was the first baby born there.
Yep.
I'll bet you there were some conceived after going there. in recent years. Do you know where it is?
I think I do know.
It
Is
was
it?
the Red
Is it?
Lion.
Is it to say it's the Red Lion? Because in the beginning of the show, when I talked about my aunt lived here in '65 when you could buy a lot for 10 grand. She used to Red Lion. She used to go to church at the Red Lion. That's also where the medical center was the Red Lion. So yes, you folks visiting, when you're going to opera ski and you're throwing back those drinks and beers at the Red Lion Bar right on Bridge Street, it used to be the church, the hospital, and of course it's always been a place to go imbibe. So there's a lot of hidden history around here.
I love it. It's a place that you can go sin. You can go try to get redemption for your sin. And then if those sin a little bit too far, you could name it 8 months later.
There you go. That pretty
Billy,
much sums up the whole circle of life right there, I feel like. It was some skiing thrown.
Billy, let's do this real quick. I'm going to step off.
Okay.
You go out. Let's show this front side. We'll go full screen. You take it away. And then, Billy, I'm going to Gold Peak. People come back.
I love it.
At the base of the lift there. Then we're going to be at the top. And then we're going to be over at Golden Peak.
I love it. All right, Ken, you ride safe there, folks. There's live, including roads and weather, so stick with us. Take a quick break. We're right back.
In the extraordinary, free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
It's all waiting for you. Inside here. Explore the slopes coast to coast and everywhere in between. Big Pass.
This season in Vail, the possibilities are limitless. After a lesson with world-class instructors, there's so much more to see, more to explore, more incredible terrain, and legendary back bowls. Every lesson sends you further. Unlock the skills, grow the confidence to experience more mountain than ever before. This season, discover more about Vail with a lesson. Book Ski and Sword School at Vail.com. Vail, like nothing on earth.
This weather and mountain report is brought to you by Outlets at Silverthorne, Elevated Savings.
That's right, Outlets at Silverthorne, only about 20 miles west of here, or excuse me, east of here, right towards right over Vail Pass there. If you got a lot of Christmas shopping coming up or holiday shopping, you want to go hit it right there. Taking a look at your weather, as Ken mentioned earlier, it's a little bit warmer this morning than it was yesterday, but that's not saying a whole lot because yesterday was about 1 degree. Currently, it's about 20 up in Beaver Creek. Vail looking at about 18. Things will rapidly start to warm up as that sun comes up over the mountains. As you see those temperatures today, they'll start to head up into the 30s, probably mid-30s. It'll feel a lot warmer when you get in the sun because there's not much cloud coverage. Make sure you get your sunscreen on today, even though it's wintertime and you're in the snow and ice. Up in the high country, we get some serious ultraviolet rays, so you want to make sure you get your SPF 30 on or more because you'll get that sun up here for sure. There's a look at the winter ahead. As Ken mentioned, and we've been talking about also, starting about tomorrow and into Tuesday, we got a huge storm. Winter Storm Diaz will be making its way across the U.S., and it's going to wreak some havoc. Literally, as we mentioned, they're measuring snow in feet in the Sierras and Cascades, and that storm is going to continue to move east across the entire U.S. So if you're traveling anywhere east in the next 3, 4, 5 days, you'll want to keep close look on your travel plans because it's not just going to be snow in the northern territories. As you go south, it's going to be severe thunderstorms, wind, possible tornado activity in some areas. So just keeping a close eye on that. No new snow in the last few days, but there you go. In the next few days, 9 inches reported possibly on Tuesday. That's going to be the day. It'd be great if we see that tip up into the double digits, but you never know. As I mentioned, sometimes those storms can shift, and sometimes they can just disappear. So we'll see what this one ends up doing, but The snow conditions are amazing right now. And if you want to get more information on either Vail or Beaver Creek, vail.com, beavercreek.com. There you can look at maps, plan out your day where you want to go. More than half of Vail Mountain is open right now, and Beaver Creek's looking really good as well with their terrain. As you watch the show this morning, you might see the scroll on the bottom of the screen, which is going to show chairlifts that are open. So depending on your level of skiing or snowboarding, you can kind of plan out your day by looking at those maps where you want to go. But it's going to be a terrific day. Great day to get out there. Lots of sunshine. Layer up. It's a little chilly this morning, and I always say it's better to have it not need it than to get up on the mountain and go, oh, I would have put that extra layer of thermals on. Me personally, I prefer to be a little warmer than colder, so that's the way to go on that. But we're going to be taking out to Ken. I think, is Ken in his plate now? Is he still moving and grooving? Is he still moving and grooving? Okay. There's the groomers right there I mentioned. So I don't expect you to memorize all these maps. You can kind of take a look at where you want to go and then compare it to what's open. But as I mentioned, half of Vail Mountain's open, and probably more terrain will be open in the next few days. I think our man town, Ken Hovey, is ready. So let's take it back out to Ken. Ken, where are you now? You're at Gold Peak? Is that where you are?
I got my bike up to 22.2 miles per hour on the way over here. I actually think I broke the speed limit.
Nice. We won't tell anyone, and our viewers at home won't tell.
Yeah, you're not supposed to ride fat tire bikes, by the way, on the mountain any longer. So I did not ride mine on the snow.
You did not, yes.
No, but here, check this out. Here, let's go full screen with this one, Leah. How about this?
Oh.
This morning, here's your live look. We're the only network that does this, that lets you see exactly what the conditions are like on the mountain. There goes one of the snow cats. This evening of grooming everything to perfection. Before we wrap this segment up, I'll grab the camera. I'll show you the Reba Bond, which is chair 6 right now. You can see the Gore Mountain Range. It is beautiful. And then also the Gopher Hill 12. And it's kind of funny already this morning. There's some rookies, some newbies, which we love. We love having them here that are learning how to snowboard, and they're practicing here, getting ready because the lift's open, Billy, at 9 o'clock. Billy, Can we talk about weather?
Yes.
Like, let's talk weather.
Let's talk weather.
Like, we can't get enough of it. It's so funny. We don't have permission to use certain maps on our program. So I tried one out on paper, and I was just going to hold it up to the screen. So I didn't do that. That was a little bit too janky and red in my standards. But to our viewers, go look at the maps right now. Look at the size of this storm.
Yeah.
Out by Salt Lake, out, Provo area, down. What it did to the Northwest, bringing snow in the form of feet up there. Yeah. And you'd never guess it. Clear blue skies overhead right now at Golden Peak.
It can change. It changes quick, and I think you have Carlin. Do we have that video that Ken took that last big storm system? Because this is what we days. If you're going to be driving, there's a good chance. Because one of the things they're talking about this can't a wallop of precipitation, but the wind involved. They're talking about possible blizzard conditions likely be around the corner in the next few days. So you definitely want to prepare for your travel. And if you're going to be doing any traveling back east in the next several days, as this storm comes through, it's going to continue across the whole U.S., as Ken said. So if you're in the Hudson Valley, if you're going to be heading around the southeast Tennessee Valley area, those conditions are going to affect all. They're talking about possible tornadoes in the southeast. They're talking about major rain and other eastern seaboard. So it's going to definitely be a whopper. And you know what the hope is? Weather, Ken, and we all know, you and I have both had to eat grass because you talk about these huge systems, and then they just completely disappear. They hit the mountains, they disintegrate, they fall apart. Sometimes that does happen, and let's keep our fingers crossed that maybe that does. We want some snow, but for that travel, it could create some real headaches, so maybe it'll dissipate, but we'll see what happens with that.
I completely agree with you, but man, I hope you're wrong, buddy. I want a big old powder.
You want a big old powder day.
Especially those midweek storms that happen right before or after the holidays, where just kind of the folks up here get at it, I mean, we love our Front Range friends for coming up, but man, when those hit on a Saturday or Sunday, they create chaos. This one's probably going to hit on a Tuesday and Wednesday midweek, where I'm sure people will turn up for it, but it won't be as busy as it would be on a Saturday during Christmas. Hey, Billy, one other thing to talk about.
Yeah.
You're married now.
I am.
Whenever you get a surprise task put on you by your spouse, So last night, my wife, after having a couple glasses of wine with her best friend Shane, decided, hey, I think tomorrow I'm going to go ride. This is at like 10 o'clock at night at the house. Hey, could you get my stuff tuned for me in the morning before I come in? I'm like, baby, it's a Sunday in the morning. I got to work. I don't know. So tuning, right? So all of a sudden she's like, oh, I should get my stuff tuned now because I'm going tomorrow. And you should do this.
Right.
So I got to thinking to myself, we should talk about tuning. And I have one of my favorite tune places. I'm not going to put this task on them, though. I just got my wife, like, that wipe-on wax. You know what I'm talking about?
There you go.
Like, you just got to...
Technically, that's a tune. Technically, that's a tune.
In a photo, I left it on the counter with a note that said, wipe this on your skis. That's the tune that she's getting this morning. But I wanted to bring up this video if we could. It's skis getting tuned.
Yeah.
And the company is Black Tie Ski Rental and Delivery. They've got a number of locations. They deliver. This is just a shameless plug. They don't sponsor our show, although they should for moments like this. But they've got
right.
this machine in Lion's Head. Check this thing out. You drop your skis off. They'll do them overnight. Boom. Right?
Wow.
That's what you want to do. So if you're riding today, and you're like, oh, these aren't quite right, you got to get ready, maybe get that special powder tune, drop them off tonight. They go through this incredible machine, this awesome piece of technology, and it spits out your skis or your snowboard. Mwah.
That is some technology. You remember back in the day, the guys would be there with the files. The ski or snowboard would be stuck in a vise, and they're working on it with metal files. That's luxury.
Yeah, they still do that, right? But that's a good one. I like the guys at Black Tie. Super friendly group. If you like barbecue, it's located right next to Moe's Barbecue and the Little Diner in Lion's Head. Great group. So, again, my suggestion, get your stuff tuned. And if your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your significant other has not done theirs yet for the season, surprise them. It might be a nice gift idea. Give them a coupon, a little gift certificate to go get their stuff tuned up.
I think that's a great idea because that's one of the things when it comes to equipment, a lot of people who aren't best way to put this, really, really hardcore skiers or boarders or aren't really focused on equipment, they don't realize that just a little tune can make all the difference in how your equipment's going to work. If you ever go out there on the mountain, whether you're visiting, you have some rentals for the first time, if those boots don't feel right, if those skis don't feel right, make sure they get right because that can make all the difference between you having a terrific day or a not so terrific day, right?
I'm in total agreement with you, Bill.
Total agreement.
Nothing worse. They talk about, no friends on a powder day. Talk about no friends when you have, like, no tune and you can't keep up on the catwalk.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to take you on a little tour. I'll be to see. Here's some of the morning crew getting things ready down here right underneath the Gopher Hill lift, Chair 12. Here's our rookie, right? Putting in the effort, learning to do some turns. They're just hiking up and down right now. Just walking up the mountain, coming down. I love it, right? Just putting a few turns, trying to get ready. Lifts actually open at 9. Here is the front side of Golden Peak. You can see the snowcats, or the snowcat earlier, and now the snow guns firing, building up that base. Temperatures are still in the teens down here this morning, Billy, so it is quite cold. But check out this view of the Gore Mountain Range this morning and Rivabon Chair 6, which is open, and down toward the Golden Peak Lounge and the Larkspur. This is also where ski school meets up. You didn't see that. We'll get rid of that.
I don't see anything. Right. Yeah, go back to that Gore. Go back to that shot of Gore Range. That's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful picture right there as the sun's coming up over the mountains. Man, I tell you, in all the years, you and I have been here about this years, Ken, 32, 33 years, and that never gets old. That right there, when you're out there in a crisp morning and there's not a whole lot going on, that's a beautiful shot right there. Well done. Well done.
Thanks, Billy. Hey, Billy, you know what view does get old all the time?
What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think that gets old. What are you talking about? Well, then you do that, maybe. When do you do that? Hey, listen, when are you going to give us the answers to your trivia questions you asked earlier?
Oh, yeah. Did we get any guesses?
Because I don't know if we had anyone pipe in yet, but I'm going to take a wild guess. Four Seasons used to be a gas station.
That's right. Yep, there used to be a gas station.
And then the restaurant. Sorry, go ahead.
One of the most expensive gas stations ever.
Yes.
Okay. It was a Vail gas station. There was also a intersection there, which traffic would get backed up forever. So they put the roundabout in. That way, roundabout went in, Four Seasons went in. So that was good. Yeah, the next one, what fast restaurant was on Bridge Street back in the 70s and early 80s? No,
Or was Taco
no,
Bell?
it had a Colonel.
Oh, that's right. No kidding. KFC was
Kentucky
there.
Fried Chicken.
Oh,
Fried Chicken used to live on Bridge Street.
I forgot about that. Now, is this also the spot that's right across the street from Pepe's? Right up, like right across, or is it the
Yes.
opposite? So that spot, I don't know if you, it was before it was the KFC, was a bar. And believe it or not, ZZ Top played there once. ZZ Top played in that little bar on Bridge Street right across. He's back like in, I don't know, like 78 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
When their beards were like this long.
Exactly. Yeah, Jill beards right back there. Right back.
Hey, Billy, I got to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Guess where I'm going next? Guess where I'm going next?
Now there, Mr. Hovey.
Going
All right. Take a commercial. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to check back with Ken Hovey in Vail Village and see who he happens to scrounge up the camera. So don't go anywhere. We got a little more coming up here in Vail Valley Live. Stay with us.
Have I got a secret for you? Sales pick from the Columbia outlet. It's not just fleece anymore. Colors, mind you, which is amazing. Sorrel backed the Columbia outlet. All from 50 to 80. Your savings card booklet, save an extra 10% off when you spend $75 or more. Castle Rock or Silverthorne, it's the place to be, the outlet. See you there.
Vail Summit Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality of care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here with Nathan Strobel to talk about the Holiday Fest. I can't wait to hear all about it because they do it right at the outlets at Silverthorne. Nathan, what's happening?
Okay, so we're going to be in a winter wonderland on December 10th. We're going to have a horse-drawn wagon, Santa with pictures with Santa, have other extra crafts that we can do. We're also going to have carolers, and we're going to have reindeer.
And it's free?
And it's completely free.
Wow, I love free. So to find out more, people can go to outletsilverthorne.com. See you there. It's going to be a blast.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Vail Mountain. Ken Hovey took that video a little bit earlier this morning, and we actually will be checking back with him as he makes his way over to Vail Village. But at the moment, Ken and I, we can just get going, a couple of schoolgirls. But let's take a look at other things happening. If we get on, and what a great website, if you want to see what's in and happening around this area, discovervail.com is a terrific resource for things happening, all kinds of events going on. And one particular event that's going on right now is the Kris Kringle Market going to be taking place today, this morning, and that's right here in Vail Village. Take a look, actually December 8th to the 11th, so today's the final day of it, and if you have some shopping to do, there's all kinds of good events. There's tents set up. So if you got some, look at our own Tricia Swenson took this video, I believe it was yesterday morning, but all it up, so if you need to get some shopping done, some stocking stuffers, whatever it might be, it's a great link. There's something like 40 or give or take 40 vendors out there, maybe doing their things, selling their wares. And I also heard a rumor here at this event that is a must-see because it's so adorable. But there's a look at things. Great event, and it does culminate today. So if you need to do a little shopping, get out there and check that out. It's been going on for the last several days. I've been talking to a lot of our guests and visitors here that have been to the event, and they said it's really terrific. There's a look at it right, discovervail.com. A few other things happening right there. If you want to get a little snowshoeing going, they do the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens Tour. That's regularly. That happens all the time. It's Tuesdays and Wednesdays pretty much every week. There it is right there. If you want to try something different. If you've never snowshoed before, challenge yourself. Go out there, try something different. You have a tour guide that shows you things that you've never seen before, something new. Nothing wrong with that, learning about things like that. Also, on the 15th is a Vail Village tree lighting. That's a terrific, terrific event. Of course, that's also going to be big with the celebrating of the 60th anniversary of Vail Village, Vail Mountain, of everything happening Vail, 60th anniversary. So that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun right there. It's right in the Children's Fountain of Vail Village, located in Gorpy's and Lancelot's, kind of right in the area that Ken and I were just talking about, some of the history, some of the things that used to be here, fast food restaurants, about bars, bands, big bands that played here. Also, there's some outdoor ice skating shows that'll be happening right there. There's a look at that right there. All kinds of cool stuff. There's small 15-minute little exhibitions of skating shows, professionals out there doing things. So everyone loves to see a little skating now and again. Definitely gets you in the holiday spirit. Gets to the feeling of shows and decorations and nutcrackers and all that kind of fun stuff. Also, Vail Comedy happening. Lisa Curry, we mentioned that in the show yesterday. Lisa Curry, December 14th, is going to be doing a show at Moe's Barbecue. That's going to be a very, very nice, intimate event, event place to see her. I mean, she works on the Jim Jeffrey shows. She's central. She is a long time comedian and very funny lady. So that's a great thing to be checking out. And also, if you're a hockey fan, we got our own team. We're talking about Vail hockey games. They're happening all the time as well. We got the next one coming up versus the Breckenridge Vipers. It's always a good show right there. But all that can be found on discovervail.com. All kinds of stuff. It's very cool, especially this time of year. It's such a winter wonderland and so many cool things going on. Is Ken set in his place in Vail Village? He's there? All right, let's bring it back out to Ken Hovey. He has made his way to Vail Village. Ken, how are they looking over there?
It's kind of loud, actually, Billy. I'm right next to the fountain. I believe it's Seibert's fountain, something along those lines, in honor of Pete Seibert, at the top of snow guns that are just on fire. Well, they're not hot, but
they're on ice.
They're slinging snow on tepees. It's really loud. But I'll give you guys, you can go full screen, quick look down Bridge this morning. If there might even be some stragglers that were until this morning.
Yeah, right? Could be.
This is the place to be when things go till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's a good look. Such a popular place, great place for creating memories. Up and down Bridge Street. Great place to party. Skiers going up. Lifts don't open until 9 o'clock this morning. So if you're thinking about going up and getting the early start, get in with those guys, hang out, maybe grab some coffee on Bridge Street. A number of different locations. It's quiet, though. I like this time of day, to be honest with you.
Well, let's point out right over your shoulder, Ken, we were talking earlier about the Red Lion. There it is right there with the candy stripe awning right there. That's the famous Red Lion. That's one of the original buildings built in Vail area in 1963. And as we mentioned before, that used to be not just a bar. It's always kind of been a bar, but that was the church. That was the medical center. So that's worn a lot of hats over the years. There's a lot of history right there in that building.
Can you imagine the mistakes that have been made coming out that door? Watching Phil Long, right? Doing Jaeger bombs at the bar. The mullet is flying, singing Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
I love it.
And you're like, you pick up one of the cougars off the end of the bar. You're out the door.
That's
you
the
just wake
place.
up in the morning going, oh my God, I got to get out of this trap.
Let me ask this. When's the last time you were in there bellied up?
Oh, man. Honestly, probably 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Because you know me, Billy. I can't have just one cocktail, man. One turns into 9.
Well, you know what? Surrounded by all this, it's so much fun during the wintertime. Everyone's here to have a good time. You're surrounded by amazing decorations and vibes and entertainment and people, and you never know what you're going to come across. It just puts you in that mood to want to throw, right?
I'll tell you what, Bobby. Billy, I called you Bobby.
Bobby.
I'll go with you, Billy. I'll go with you and Trisha Swenson. Throw in a little scooch of Ty Diaz, and we'll make it a night out there. That would be fun.
Hey, we always have a good time together.
I'll grab the camera real quick and spin it around and just kind of show you the area, and then I'll send it back to you guys because I am going to head on over to the Lions Head area where we'll wrap the program up today. I've got some great video footage from yesterday at the end of the day with skiers and riders coming off the mountain, ice skating taking place. But you can tell more people about it. I'll just kind of share this with you because this is the view that so many people, Billy, they want to see. They come to Vail for this, and this is the quiet time, right?
Yeah.
This is when you're not seeing all the activity. Here's a look down Bridge Street. There's Bad Decision Alley, a.k.a. Street.
Bad Decision Alley.
And then looking up toward the mountain, Los Amigos. Hey, by the way, this is a great spot with the changing conditions that we're going to have over the next couple of days. I highly recommend going here, right? I don't know if you've ever been in this shop, Billy.
To Los Amigos? Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Yeah, that one. They have good margaritas there.
Yeah, they do.
Eyepieces. They could do prescription glasses in here. They can get you all set up. They have helmets. They have helmets that match goggles. That's one of my favorite shops to go to.
Yeah.
Last week, I scratched my eye, and I had to try to, put my goggles over my eyeglasses. And I was like, man, why don't I have a pair of prescription goggles? And that would be the place to do it. A lot of other great places that are here. Surefoot is here if you want to get your boots all dialed in. 7 Permits Brewing. I know they closed their location down in Eagle, but they have theirs open. And then it just continues on. And another really great ski shop that's here is right on the end. It's called Troy Ski Shop. Troy is a long-time local here, and he can definitely get you set up. So definitely a lot of cool places to stop by.
I got to throw something in here real quick. I got to throw something real quick in there because we're going to take a quick weather break, come back to you at the close of the show. But I'm going to throw a word of a place that used to be right near where you are, and I just want your reaction, your facial reaction, and then go away with that. You ready? The Club.
Oh, dude.
There it is. That's all we need. All right.
The closest I've ever come to going to jail.
There it is. I knew there'd be something good. All right, we're going to come back to you, Hobie. Go get situated. We're going to take a quick look at the weather right now because that is on everyone's minds. There is a huge storm we've been talking about, a big storm heading our way. It's coming from the Pacific Northwest. It's making its way across the U.S. right now. Dump crazy amounts of snow, as I said earlier in the program, 3 to 5 feet in the Sierras. We won't see that here as of right now. With the way they're the storm, we may see 9 inches of snow, possibly double digits as it progresses this direction over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even into winter storm warning for those days. But as you look right there, Tuesday looking like the day we'll get the bulk of our snow, possibly 16 inches out of really things will start to deteriorate probably tomorrow morning. So if you are traveling several days, even if it's not just locally, if you're traveling to the East Coast of England, the Southeast, in the next several 3, 4, 5, 6 days even, this storm could definitely impact your travel plans. So check ahead with you and make sure that you kind of get a handle on what's happening because the Southeast, crazy thunderstorms, tornado, and up in New England, they're going to see a lot of snow and ice in that area as this storm moves across. 5 days right there. For the next several days, I should say, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on evening temperatures dipping way down. Friday looking real chilly into Saturday with temperatures below 0. So if you have any pets, make sure they are well taken care of on those days, those evenings they might be out about. Don't forget about them. I think we going to take it to a quick break, Carlin, and then come back to Hovey. What do you want to do? We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and wrap things up with our friend Ken Hovey, where he's at. So stick with us. A little more coming up here on Vail Valley Live.
In the extraordinary. We're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for Silverthorne. I'm here to share with you an amazing place called the Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and things to do right here while you're in Summit County and visiting Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous discounts and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray of course right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we do.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. Billy Dorn here in the studios at the Grand Hyatt in Vail, and our own Ken Hovey is out and about. We'll be checking in with him shortly. A few ways you can watch us here every morning: Outside Television, Channel 17, live every morning, 7:30. Or you can follow us on Facebook and like our channel on YouTube if you want to kind of catch up on what's happening in and around the Eagle River Valley, including Vail, Beaver Creek, Batches Gulch, Arrowhead, among all those wonderful spots. Right now, let's take a quick look at the roads. Currently, things are looking really good on the I-70 corridor, nice and dry. The roads are in terrific shape. Some of the side roads, the frontage roads, side roads, you want to keep stay on your toes because they're still pretty snow-packed and slick on some of those roads that don't see a lot of sunlight. But as for the I-70 corridor, there's a live camera shots right there, nice and dry. Another thing I want to mention to people driving through the mountains, especially this time of year, is the wildlife. We have lots of it. That's what makes it so wonderful living here. Not just deer and foxes and raccoons and things like that. I'm talking about animals like bear. Well, I guess they're hibernating now, but they can every now and be out and about. But deer, elk, and moose, we got some real big animals. So as you're driving in around the I-70 corridor, especially in the evenings, at dusk and the early morning hours, just be aware that they are very large animals that live in these areas, and just keep your eyes extra keen to the road. And especially when we see big snowfalls like this storm coming in the next several days, animals like that often like to come down low. It's easier for them to move around rather than heavy snow higher up, so they'll move back down along the roadway. Just give yourself ample time. Take your time always traveling in the high country. But right now, let's take a look at some of the Beaver Creek events going on. And BeaverCreek.com has a whole calendar of events of things going on. But Beaver Creek is one of my favorites, that little gem here in the Vail area in Eagle River Valley. It's really my mountain. That's the mountain I've been skiing for so long, and we know it back to back. But Beaver Creek always has great things going on. They got that ice rink right in the middle, so you can ice skate. They got the Christmas tree up there. And I think the calendar events, is that on BeaverCreek.com, Carlin, where we find that one? BeaverCreek.com. But any of those, BeaverCreek.com or Vail.com is going to answer any of the questions you might have in and around the valley, whether it's on mountain dining, whether it's events, whether it's skiing and terrain. There's a look at Beaver Creek right there. I can tell you that I'll be starting up my shows there shortly. Actually, this Saturday, I'll be talking about Beaver Creek and Vail and Eagle County overall, their dinosaur and prehistoric history. I'll be doing those shows every Saturday, starting, I believe it's 4 o'clock for the remainder of the winter. So if you're going to be here for a little while and you got any kids in the in the family that love dinosaurs, I'll be doing my show starting this Saturday. And also, we open a dinosaur museum in Edwards. It's the Museum at Dinosaur Junction. You can check that out. Just Google Vail Dinosaur Museum. It'll pop up, and we are open there Wednesday through Sunday, 10 to 5. So, again, something different that the kids really want to seep into, right, is the history of Vail's dinosaurs, of Eagle County's dinosaurs and prehistoric world. I think Ken, should we take it to Ken? Is he all set? Where is he right now? Or take a look at the Valar. So Valar is right in the heart of Beaver Creek Village, the Valar Performing Arts Center, celebrating 25 years, and that is Valar, VILAR, PAC for Performing Arts Center, valarpac.org, and they have an incredible list of events coming up. We're looking at some right there. Talk about getting in the holiday spirit, the Nutcracker right into Rudolph. They got great bands coming up, Asleep at the Wheels playing. We got a Led Zeppelin tribute band coming. I'm a big classic rocker, particularly a Zeppelin fan, but valarpac.org for fantastic shows and live theater shows, concerts, all kinds of things happening. There's a look at Rudolph, one of my favorite shows. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm 55 years old, and if I get a chance to watch Rudolph on TV, I always watch it. It brings me back to my childhood for sure. I think we're all a little bit guilty of that, especially this time of year. You know, you start seeing those little Christmas things coming out. Though I did read something just last night that was really disheartening. And one of my favorite shows, the Charlie Brown Christmas Show, you know, the famous Charlie Brown Christmas Show, is not going to be airing anywhere on TV this year at all for the first time since like 1965. I think it's on Apple TV or something like that, so you got to pay to see it. And I was so bummed out. Anyway, someone will cheer us up and get us out of that dreary thought of not seeing that show. Is our own Ken Hovey. He is, I believe, in Vail Village. Yeah, you're in Lion's Head right now. I can tell by right behind you there. So you made it your way over there. Is how things wrapping up? Things kind of coming to life there. I see the sun coming out of your shoulders there.
Well, my battery died on the Quiet Cat, so the great thing about that, because it is so cold, the great thing about that is you can just ride it like a normal bike with the fat tires there. It's making a great tripod. Hey, let's talk about that Charlie Brown. Did Charlie Brown get canceled?
It didn't get canceled. They're just not showing it because they're trying to get more money out of people. They're showing it on Apple TV, which you have to pay for, so it's not showing on regular TV anymore for the first time since like 1965 or something crazy.
Man, one of my favorites.
That's a sign of the times, right? Yeah, right?
Yeah, one of the best. Hey, Billy, real quick, before we wrap it up, we got a few more minutes of the show. At the end of the program, you're going to want to stay with us. I've got about a minute and a half of footage from yesterday afternoon to show you what the Lion's Head area looked like. We're not going to show that quite yet, but what I do want to share with the viewers, if Leah could bring it up, I sent in a video clip earlier of the entire front side of the mountain taken from the north side of the highway yesterday that I just wanted to show what the mountain coverage is looking like and what we've covered this morning. Started off to the left of your screen over there at Golden Peak and then went over to Vail Village, right over there by Gondola 1, and now have made my way all the way to the right of your screen to the western side of the resort over into Lion's Head Village. And I just want to point out here on Vail Valley Live, that is at least my mission as a host here, is to truly show people what's going on Vail Mountain and around the area. And Billy, you'll be up at Beaver Creek. Once Beaver Creek hooks us up with parking, I'd be more than happy to go up there.
Of course, why not? I want to take a quick moment just to say thank you to you, Ken, because Ken is one of those guys that definitely goes above and beyond every time he works. So thank you for all that great footage. You can go on the extra step to get all that great footage to bring to all you guests so you can see what's happening in and around the valley. So I love when you get out and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's all about the viewers, man. We love having people tuned in, and we like to put that local knowledge out there for folks so that they can have a great visit while they're here, or if you are someone that's living here, get you prepared for the drive.
Yeah.
We've covered the roads this morning. It's all good to go right now. Tomorrow morning is going to be different. Tomorrow afternoon, significantly different. And then definitely Tuesday morning, it's going to be a mess. Leave yourself plenty of time. I'm actually thinking about pulling in the Elon Musk Twitter overnighter, like actually living at my other place of employment so they don't have to drive in Tuesday morning.
Why not? Why not? Because it's going to get nasty. These roadways, as we know, can change real quick. There's a look at the weather right there. Or snow total. In the last few days, we haven't really seen anything. It's been beautiful, sunny skies the last few days. But the next several days, things are going to change. The next 5 days, we're hoping for 16 inches out of this storm. Tuesday looking to be the target day where we get the majority. They're forecasting around 8 or 9 inches throughout the valley, but hopefully we'll see those double digits happen. Because as we always talk about, Ken, these storm systems can just the slightest alteration can make all the difference on what we see here.
I had an admirer. I thought he was coming up to talk about the show, and he walks up and he goes, "I like your bike."
Did you say, do you have a spare battery?
Yeah, you don't have to have a charger for a quiet cat.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Leah, let's send this shot up full screen. I'll jump away and bring it to our viewers so that they can see what looks like down here in Lion's Head this morning. And then when we come back and close the show, I know we have about 9 minutes left in the program, I'll share with you what this area looks like at the end of the day at 3:30. Although quiet right now, lifts open in 39 minutes down here for both the Eagle Bond Gondola and Born Free Express. The afternoons can be a little bit busier, but they're a lot of fun down here, Billy. A lot of activities going on, a lot of photographs being taken, people just standing here in awe of this beautiful mountain that we have. So stay with us, and I'll share with you at the end of the show a bit of programming about what it looks like here at the ice skating rink and the festive nature of Vail right now going into the holidays. What's your favorite part, Billy, about this time of year in the valley?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I never get tired looking at the lights. The lights to me are just always magical. But in the evening, of course, when they really pop. It just is it's not just a holiday thing. It's a winter wonderland thing. Really, I never get tired of the lights for sure.
Well, forgive me I'm going to show you how I have this thing set up. Right, just like I'm on a tripod, and basically what I've been doing is shoving my tripod through the rack. There's my coffee and my bag.
Hey man, you got to do whatever it takes. You got to do whatever it takes.
Those fancy TV stations down in Denver, they have like the Weather Monster.
Yeah, those big trucks.
Yeah, I got that.
I love it. You're a man about town. You always make things happen, Hovey.
Beautiful morning. Yeah, that is my mode of transportation. I'll pan the camera around. I'll send it back to you, Billy. But like I said, to our viewers out there, stay with us because when we come back, I'm going to show you this area, the Arabella at Vail Square in the afternoon over by the Tavern, Vail Chop House. You can see the ski bays. Those guys are getting ready to hand out some skis. Ticket checkers are getting ready to scan the tickets. The sun is coming up. It is a beautiful morning here on Vail Valley Live, and we're glad you're joining us. Back to you, Billy.
Yeah, man, it looks gorgeous. Thanks for that shot, Cam. We're going to take a quick commercial break, come back and wrap things up. We do appreciate you joining us here on Vail Valley Live. Stay tuned.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Hi, my name is Carrie Mae Wack, and I'm with the Eagle Valley Library District, and today I'm at our Eagle branch featuring our Spark Studio. So this is our maker space lab, or the place where you can come try new technology. We have software, hardware, pretty much anything that you can use to make and create. We have some sort of version in our maker space. Thanks for checking out the Spark Studio with me today. Make sure to come back to the Eagle Public Library and check it out for yourself.
right, we got 2 left in the show. Here's one reminder also, this magazine is available on stands all throughout the Vail Valley. This is Vail Daily's best. You want to figure out the best restaurants, bars, heck, yoga studios, dinosaur museums. Grab one of these. It's all right there. We're going to take back out to Ken. Ken, a really fun morning, and we really appreciate the effort. You're just covering literally the entire valley on your e-bike. And, man, I got to say, right where you're standing right now, the sky behind you is amazing. It is just such a gorgeous morning.
Yeah, it is spectacular. Great to see you, Billy, and I appreciate the good words. The program isn't about us. It's about our viewer
right.
and bringing in the sights and sounds of Vail and Beaver Creek. And I wanted to leave him with this, Billy. Great to see you this morning. We'll bring up the footage as we wrap up the program. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Although it's quiet down here this morning, the afternoons, they could be quite a bit of fun and a little bit busier. And shot this from here at the Arabelle at Vail Square yesterday in the afternoon, opening the ice skating rink. That is open from 2 to 9 daily and down through the village. This is a beautiful location. It's like going to Europe here in County. And once you get down here, heated sidewalks. So if you do have someone that's mobility impaired or kids that strollers, it's very easy to walk them along the sidewalks and take them up to the lifts and let them actually see the snow and touch the snow. And you don't even have to be a skier or a rider. Once you get down there, you can look up on the mountain and see all the fun that everyone is having. It is a beautiful building. They serve breakfast every morning right here at Tavern on the Square. They have a delicious breakfast, and I just can't say enough good things about it. And I don't know of a property that's closer to the mountain or easier to get to, especially with access to the Eagle Bond gondola as well as the Born Free Express Chair 8. That is what you can expect in the afternoon hours. If you are at the top of the mountain and you're thinking, hey, my legs are kind of tired, no worries. You can download on the gondola right back in here to Lion's Head. To all of our viewers out there, thanks for tuning in. Keep in mind, every morning from 7 to 8:30, you can catch us here on Vail Valley Live, and we'll be bringing you the information to get you prepared for your upcoming trip, or for the locals out there, get you ready for your drive into work and things that you'll find once you get here to the village. We'll see you tomorrow.